President Bush attends the World Economic Forum. This is Sunday, May 18th, 2008 in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt. This is... Oh, it redirects now to a White House link.
A briefing
The
room.
actual speech is gone, but again, I had the text before. These sites, like if you poke around them too much, I think they get rid of you.
Yeah,
If it looks like they're being scraped.
Okay.
At any rate, Bush made essentially the same speech. So the whole Clinton-Bush rivalry, the whole Democrats hate George Bush thing, here's George Bush doing exactly the same thing in exactly the same place. And guess who the guest list included?
The same people.
Same people from 8 years ago. And I think
So
Clinton was
we're
even in
talking
room.
the high-level bureaucrats in the background that were never elected who are running the show?
Yep.
Yeah. The 30-pound brain motherfuckers?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They all were there. This thing has been going on. Basically, the World Economic Forum, I think, is the office from which these people are running this global takeover.
The global cabal.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is basically a global. It's Spectre from the James Bond movies.
It is. It is.
It's just straight up Spectre from the damn James Bond movies.
This is pretty upsetting.
It's very upsetting. It's all of the presidents. It's all of the presidents.
Mm-hmm.
Surely
But
it's not all of them, though.
But the first Bush is dead, right?
He is now, thank God.
Yeah. And his son is still alive?
He was there too, yes.
Okay.
The son is still alive. The first Bush, I couldn't find his speech, but I know he was there. I found references to him being at World Economic Forum meetings. So surely it's not all of the presidents, right? Remarks by President Trump at the World Economic Forum, Davos, Switzerland. January 21, 2020. President Trump, well, thank you very much, Klaus. And a very first name friendly kind of there with evil leader. And a very special congratulations on your 50th year hosting the annual meeting of the World Economic Forum, a truly amazing achievement. It's an honor to address the distinguished members of this organization for the second time as president. When I spoke at this forum 2 years ago, I told you that we had launched the Great American Comeback. Today, I'm proud to declare that the United States is in the midst of an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen before. Funny. There was this small European nation between France and Russia that had an economic boom and then got wiped off the face of the map by the globalists. We've regained our stride, we've discovered our spirit, and reawakened the powerful machinery of the American enterprise. America is thriving, flourishing, and yes, America is winning again like never before. Now,
He's got to stop using that like never before thing. I get tired of hearing that.
He's overly dramatic.
I know.
He likes to bluster.
All right.
Now, reading this speech,
It's the best ever.
Best ever.
Ever before. I mean, come on, man. Come up with something new.
Just last week alone, the United States concluded two extraordinary trade deals, the agreement with China, who is one of the largest members of the WEF, and the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement. That is the entire globalist package right there. That's
Right there.
NAFTA and CAFTA.
Yep.
The two biggest trade deals ever made. They just happened to get done in the same week. Well, that's odd. These agreements represent a new model of trade for the 21st century, agreements that are fair, reciprocal, and that prioritize the needs of workers and families. America's economic turnaround has been nothing short of spectacular.
We need some more of that, man. I'm telling you.
Here's the thing. This
Don't read the whole
also goes. I'm not.
right.
I'm not. This speech goes on and on and on as well. And while he's speaking highly of America and he's talking about resurrecting America, he brings up the NAFTA and the CAFTA, and there he stands, admittedly for the second time, in front of the WEF. Now I'm forced to wonder what side he's really on.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, him being there, instead of saying, I am not going to your Spectre meeting, why did he not say, I am not going to your Spectre meeting? The question has to be asked.
Yes, it does.
I'm not saying that this is true or that is true. That's not how analysis works. What has happened is Trump has admitted to appearing once before and is now there. And this is 2020, January of 2020. He's been to the World Economic Forum twice to speak. So now you have to question his motive. That's how this works.
Correct.
That's proper analysis. You can't say he was there for this, he was there for that. But you can say, okay, why was he there? And not only that, but why was he there twice?
Yeah. I don't know.
We need to look at it.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
Dug in.
Now, let's be honest here. I am not a 100% Trump guy.
I'm not 100% anybody.
I'm more like a 70
cult of personality.
I'm like a 71, 75% Trump guy. Mainly because I liked his economic policies when he was in office.
I will buy that.
The rest of the stuff I didn't give a shit about.
Yeah.
I didn't care about his mean tweets, grabbing women by the pussy, talking bad about women, whatever. I literally don't care if he's literally got his penis out through the screen door behind the White House and there are prostitutes sucking his Johnson around the block. I don't care. As long as the gas goes down to $1.50 a gallon, interest rates go back down again, people are hiring, people are working, taxes come down.
Groceries don't cost $400 a month.
Okay. And if that's the price I got to pay, to make that happen, I'm cool with it. Because Harris and the WEF, they want to get rid of your cars, your trucks, your planes.
They want to kill 2/3 of the population.
More than that. They want to go down to 500 million across the board.
Really?
It was on the Georgia Guidestones.
I didn't know it was 500 million across the board. Is
Yes.
it really? Yeah.
World population of 500 million. So 7 million people.
Suggestions of who to start with.
Yeah, 7 million people plus some change need to get flushed. That's according to the Guidestones. And you're wondering who put those in place, why they put them in place, why they were destroyed.
Poorly destroyed at that.
Yeah, they were only one of the leaves was destroyed, and they purposely blew the rest of it up instead of tearing it down. It was demoed.
We did not know that.
And my opinion is this.
I probably don't recall that.
That plan is coming down the pipe, and they don't want anyone to see the Guidestones and go, hey, wait a minute. This was put here in the 70s, and now whoa. And
yeah, we should probably get rid of this.
yeah, so I think maybe they got rid of it.
They know. Shut it down.
But, just think of what happened here. All right, we had the peaceful protests, mostly peaceful protests. We had, wildfires going on all over the place with footage of robotic drones setting the fires in a lot of these places. We had that going on. We had BLM and Antifa, which in my opinion were dry runs.
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
to see how the public would react.
All you got to do is swap out those young kids who don't know how shit works
With
for all of these immigrants who don't give a shit about life, and a lot of them probably have some combat experience. And now you've got the money, the weapons, you have the communication in place to make whatever you want happen.
I have heard people say that, these are the UN foot soldiers. Look, these Venezuelans and these Haitians that are coming through, what they are is all but feral. They don't need to be disciplined troops. Mm-mm. All they need to know is
cause chaos.
Hey, here's this part of the city. Here's a map. Go here and F up everything you can. Nobody will try to stop you. You can do anything you want. They have no problem with violence.
Nope.
They're born to it. They will hack you to pieces, put you in a barrel, rape your family, and then hack them to pieces as well, and probably eat them.
Yeah.
And I'm not even joking. I mean, there's a guy running Haiti right now whose name is Barbecue.
And that's for a reason.
He eats his enemies.
Yes.
So
there has been quite the uproaring of the African Americans in Chicago that like to do drive-bys and
Oh, the
running around with
gangbangers in
switches on them.
Chicago are not happy that they're being replaced
No.
with Venezuelan gangbangers. Yes.
Yes.
No, and it's not just in Chicago; it's L.A., New York. Basically, anywhere there's going to be a large group of gang members that have been around for decades. They're not happy their turf is being infringed upon. So when the race wars start, pick a side. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and pick the side are actually Americans.
Yeah,
that's just me.
I am going to pick a tree line, and I am going to watch them kill each other, and then I'm going to pick off stragglers, point blank. I am not going to try to get involved in any of the battles.
I'm getting that out of the way myself.
Yeah.
I'm too old for that shit.
I'm going to pick a tree line.
And all we're really doing here is we're just telling you the deal.
Yep.
As we see it. I mean, if Alex Jones, for the past 20 years, he's been called the conspiracy theorist.
The frogs are gay.
But if you look back at what he was talking about,
the frogs are gay, man.
Like 80% of that shit has actually come true.
Yeah. That's the thing, isn't it?
I mean, come on now.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's in the hole for a $1.5 billion that he'll never pay back.
That's just an absurd judgment.
Yeah, I know.
An absurd. He, I think, is appealing that, by the way.
Yeah.
He's appealing that.
But
it is clearly an absurd judgment.
But, listen, I mean, we've got crisis actors showing up at school shootings, at one school shooting on the East Coast and again on the West Coast. That is statistically impossible.
That's not happening. You're making that up.
We hear about all these mass shooters that the alphabet agencies had visibility on, but nothing was done.
It's become so common and so funny to the American public that they use the Bart Simpson meme where the class says, "Say the line, Bart." He goes, "The FBI, we had him on our radar."
Correct.
Yay!
And
they look at where it is. Where's the shooter now?
Wow.
They're all out of the headlines.
Yeah,
all of it's out of
they're all getting rotated out.
Yep.
And that's another thing we need to fix is we need to have our own media complex not owned by foreign corporations.
Yep.
In fact, the people who are running the media moguls and all of the other networks, all of the people on the board, they need to be put on a list if this goes south, because the media, in my opinion, is basically responsible for a majority of the division that's taken place in this country. Straight up.
And Hollywood, yeah.
Yeah, and Hollywood is another animal. We can get to them as well. But
same critter. The one that threw me is sports ball, because when you've got a situation like this, one of the things you want to do is keep the public distracted and entertained. Bread and circuses.
Yeah, I mean the Romans. They perfected that.
Yes, which is why I am curious as to why they went after pro sports. You notice it's really died down. I think they may have overstepped.
Well, here's the thing with pro sports. I will never fucking watch pro sports again. They can fuck off.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporters Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.